You know what, Michael? You've convinced me to get married. In fact, Eric, if you can hide this, Tatum.
What? Oh gosh.
Wow.
You pulled it out.
Will you marry me, Tatum?
Where'd you just get that from? Like last time you reached for it, you just had that ready.
I had it ready.
He knew you were coming.
He already knew.
Tatum, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Okay, put it. All right. Thank you, Michael. You're the best wingman
Okay.
ever.
Congratulations,
And,
man. That's
and
great.
Brian,
Best
I will be
wishes.
divorcing you at the end of this podcast.
Oh, wonderful. All right. Can you do a little Beyonce? All right. Okay. Look at that. Nice.
people in the back.
All right. Tatum Atlas. Okay, cool.
Oh.
What? What's your last
She's
name?
keeping the last name.
Wait, are we hyphenating? No.
They both go no.
You're not going to keep your last name.
But then our family's name runs out.
Yeah, there's 2 girls.
Only 2 girls?
Yeah.
Only
Well-
2 girls. Well, that's the way things shake out, right? I mean, your family's name is either going to be your husband's name or your father's name,
Why?
because that's what your last name is.
But why can't?
I want to keep my father's last name, so I'll just keep my father's last name if I get married.
Why?
Fiona Flynn? Have you heard that? That's a great
That's a
name.
nice name. I'm not. I have friends who married guys with horrible last names.
Porn star.
But it's kind of weird.
I know.
Would
like
you
your
really?
last girlfriend.
When you get married, you would keep your father's last name? No, you wouldn't.
I
No way.
want to.
She's talked about it.
Unless the last name makes
Unless
my
the
name
last
really
name
cool.
is really awesome.
But
I like the
then-
way my last name
yeah,
sounds.
I like my last name too.
Doesn't that feel like you're not really getting married then?
No.
You're not really forming a
No,
new
I mean,
family.
if you're devoted to each other in every way possible, I don't think.
Then
I
my
think a
last
name
name's
is very
gonna affect
trivial
me, yeah.
part of it.
Your name is very. It's what you are called. It's how
So
you're
the
identified
last
in the
name
world.
is not what I'm called.
Can I ask you a question? So then if you have kids, right, are they going to take your husband's last name or yours?
I'm not having
Or you're going
kids,
to
so-
hyphenate it?
You don't want kids?
No.
Why not?
Because I just don't want to bring kids into the world right now. So, or any time from the way the world's looking.
The world's always looking bad. It's
I
been
know,
looking bad
and I
for
just-
thousands of years. But you got born.
We
Aren't
were
you happy
around.
about that?
We were around.
You're not happy about that? I don't believe you're smiling. I don't believe
no,
that for
I'm
a
not
second.
happy about it.
That's really sad to hear.
That's very. I don't believe that for a second. though.
There's pros and cons, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's being a parent's a very serious thing. I don't feel like a lot of people take it serious enough, and I feel like there's a lot of kids in this world who have bad parents or who are dealing with trauma from parents, and it's affecting the way these people are raised and like the people in our community and how they come out. And I just don't want to be at fault for like giving a kid
Now
a
you
shitty
sound like
life.
him though. Now you're all doing this thing where you're like, I don't want any responsibility.
No,
or-
no. I would if it happens, it happens. But I'm not like planning on having kids.
I mean, she'd also adopt if she feels like she needs
yeah,
it.
I feel like I would adopt before I actually have a kid.
Wait
Why would
until
you
she's
wanna
like
adopt?
35 and she'll feel
I don't want
the-
to
yeah.
adopt.
You
Also,
guys want to
birth,
adopt
like,
over having your own. Why?
Giving birth.
I don't know
scares
because I
the-
feel like there's so many kids
It's
out
scary,
there.
but you
There's
get
a lot
it.
of kids, but like, so then are you going to adopt someone of your own culture or are you going to like branch out?
I don't know. If I were to adopt,
We're not adopting.
She's divorcing you after
She's
this.
Yeah, I
adopting.
told you I'm divorcing you after this. I'm taking half your podcast. So
Who are you taking?
who?
If you're getting half the podcast, who do you take with you?
Very true. Eric. I'm taking Eric.
Eric deserves better.
Okay. Good times. Just the last thing on the marriage thing, and we'll get to some of the super chats. So, I guess kind of one of my qualms with marriage is, people don't really commit anymore. Evidenced by, well, generally speaking, obviously people have healthy marriages that work out and go the distance, but the vows that you say when you get married, till death do us part, that has to mean something. If your words mean nothing, then, like for me, if I were to get married,
What do
that
you mean?
is
We
for
just
life.
got married.
Yeah, you're already divorcing me.
So
Hello.
you would be part of a good change.
Hello. I do have a skateboard, by the way.
Oh god.
Oh.
You should see the trucks. They're proper.
Can you do any tricks on it?
It's been a minute since I've skateboarded.
This is why she's
but-
divorcing you, Brian.
Here's a good question. Do you know what a mall grab is?
Do
you know what a mall grab is?
An ollie?
Yeah.
Or you jump?
What's a mall grab?
Isn't that where you kick off it and then you jump in, you grab it in the air?
Yeah,
Tatum, you like skater boys and you don't even know these terms? A mall grab is when you grab, when you're carrying the skateboard, you don't grab by the trucks.
Oh, yeah, they make fun of kids.
It's like
yeah, posers do that.
Posers, like you're walking around the mall with your skateboard, but you don't skateboard, so you grab it by the trucks. That's called a mall grab.
Do you know what a ramp tramp is?
Sounds like a setup.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, the vows you make when you get married, till death do us part, to me, that has to actually mean something. And perhaps I'm
You're not
a
a
bit
guy.
pessimistic, but when I see the divorce rate, it makes me take pause and I think, look, how many of these people that are getting married have the best intentions in mind and they love this person and they think I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person, and then 1, 2, 3 years down the road the marriage is done. And
Are your
so,
parents divorced?
No, they're still together.
They had a terrible marriage?
No, they're happily married.
So where is this example is coming from?
My parents have a very healthy relationship. They're still married. Actually, that's a picture of them right there. Them two right there.
That's a great. Don't you want that?
Yeah, don't you want that?
I do, but I have to be, I guess, realistic about the
Wait, do you like-
current.
do
Hold
you-
on. I have to be realistic about the current dating landscape. And
Go to
Michael, how long
Ukraine.
have you been married?
I've been married now 5 years, coming up on 5 years.
Oh, it's a shit show out
It's
there.
no look.
It's a shit
I
show.
missed dating apps. Like I got back together with
They're
my
terrible.
then girlfriend now. Yeah, they seem horrible. So I just missed it, and so that would be hard, especially if I were a single guy and I were living in dating app culture, and I just knew there were always there's always going to be some hotter. I don't know what, like check a hotter, younger,
Tinderization.
blonder, whatever, like girl, right?
Sure.
But you're from here or you're not from here?
I'm from New York originally.
You're from New York. Okay, so even better. And you said you've known your wife since you guys were 10?
Yes.
So, I mean, if you've known her since you were 10, you've been single between those times. You've seen multiple women. You've seen everybody out there. You had your time to explore, and
Though
you basically learned that maybe there's not better, and that's why you're with your wife.
But that's kind of like the modern lib thing is you've got to split up and do your own thing and go.
I don't believe that either.
I think it was BS. I wish there was so much cultural pressure when my wife and I, sweet little Elisa, when we were in high school, they said, oh, you got to split for college. You'd be crazy to date your girlfriend, your high school girlfriend in college. And then by the end of college, we're like, why the hell did we break up? That was crazy. We should have gotten married at 18, pumped out like a dozen kids, gone to move to a farm, and grown a big beard.
Yeah, I didn't say all that.
Sam, can you push your microphone closer towards you? Yeah.
I don't
sorry,
believe in-
Sorry to cut you off, Michael.
I was talking about how I should have been Amish, and ish, like sort of not fully all the way, but something like that. Yeah, I think it would have been.
Since you guys knew each other at 10, 18 isn't that insane. That's already 8 years. It's almost, you guys would have known each other for basically half your lives at that point. So that's not insane. For me, I feel like it's insane when I see like 18 to probably 22-year-olds getting married when they're getting engaged within a year of meeting somebody. And it's like, I feel very, very strongly about my boyfriend. So strongly. But I still know would not be the smartest decision to get engaged 6 months from now. Like when you say like the divorce rates are 50%, it's like, I'm sure there is some people who are blindsided in those relationships, but I bet a good part of those relationships that end in divorce are people who got together, who either A, already knew it wasn't going to probably work out, B, got married just because either someone was pregnant, or C, they were forced into it and they are waiting till marriage or something, so they just get married young. I feel like a lot of those both parties going into it kind of are already knowing this isn't going to work out.
How long have you been dating?
Not long at all. We've known each other since September. We've only been exclusively dating since January. So it's been very, very, very brief. But I've been in two and a half year long relationships, 1 year long relationship, and I've never felt this way, definitely about anybody before. So I know the difference now. And that's also why I've said before, like some things I've said before have changed. Like before I thought I needed to be single to have fun and vacation or explore things, but now I know I don't need that. I would rather him be there,
Last thing on the marriage thing, kind of the other reason why I'm hesitant is because my fiance wants to hyphenate our last names. So that's another issue there. Let's move on from that. By the way, you didn't introduce yourself as Wish
Ariana Grande from Wish or
or
Great
Walmart.
Value. Yeah, Walmart.
Yeah,
Whatever
okay.
you prefer.
Next time. We'll get it next time.